Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com. Welcome to our 2025 ski test. Today we're talking about this Fischer Ranger 84. I feel like this ski is often overlooked. It doesn't really get that much attention given the wider Ranger skis and also the narrower curve line. This Ranger 84 is kind of lost in the middle there, but it's such a great ski and such a valuable tool for a wide range of skiers. The whole Ranger line is really fun. Pretty huge range in widths, actually. We go from this 84 all the way up to 116. So I always think it's kind of interesting when you get that giant range in widths, and they go everywhere from kind of versatile all-mountain resort ski all the way up to a true pure powder ski. But they all kind of follow a similar trend, or at least a similar recipe. The 84 is a little different because it doesn't get any metal. So for construction here, we're basically just poplar and fiberglass. There's nothing crazy about that construction. It's pretty standard in the ski industry. A lot of skis use poplar, a lot of skis use fiberglass and epoxy. There's really nothing surprising about the construction of this ski, but you don't really need anything surprising for a ski like this. 84 underfoot, nice wood core, a good shape that we'll look at in a little bit, and you can control a lot of performance in a ski just through its wood core. This is a 167. There is some heft to this ski. On the scale here, we're at 1,660 grams, which at this width and in this length, it's not crazy light. You know, there is some substance to these skis, which is not a bad thing. I think people often kind of have a hard time thinking about weight when it comes to skis, and some people might fall under the assumption that lighter is better. While there are benefits to a lightweight ski, it's not that black and white, it's not that cut and dry. Lighter skis can be a little bit kind of pingy and get deflected more easily, where this is, to me, just kind of a nice overall weight. It's not too heavy, it's not too light, a Goldilocks weight, if you will, for an all-mountain ski. And then, you know, we mentioned that there's no metal in this ski, but it is a true vertical sidewall throughout from tip to tail, and the core thickness is pretty substantial. There's a pretty thick wood core in here, and that actually gives it a pretty stiff flex pattern. You know, another kind of common misconception with skis is that metal makes a ski stiff. It's really the thickness of the wood core that makes a ski stiff, or even some other ingredients like carbon. Carbon can make skis very stiff. So looking at shape here, 84 underfoot, like I mentioned, and then aside from that, we're just a rocker, camber, rocker, all-mountain shape here with a nice amount of tip and tail rocker. Not crazy splay. You're going to get good, long, consistent edge contact. Gives the skis a lot of confidence, a lot of just trustworthy vibes when you're kind of skiing steeper, more challenging terrain and stuff like that. But also enough rocker that you're not going to feel locked in. And on a ski like this that should be approachable absolutely for an intermediate skier, it should work great for an intermediate skier. You don't want the tail to feel too locked in. So I like what Fischer did there. And then they also put a nice amount of early taper in this ski. So, you know, if you're kind of skiing a flatter edge angle, you're going to get a nice amount of wiggle factor out of this ski. It's not like the loosest, most playful thing in the world, but having that slight amount of early taper in the tips and the tails definitely is going to help for things like moguls and trees and even just making like shorter skidded turns on the side of the trail and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the Ranger 84. I always really enjoy reading feedback from our ski test. Hopefully you guys do too. But I really enjoyed reading some thoughts about the Ranger 84 here. A good friend of mine, Dave, he's a ski instructor. He's a phenomenal skier. He's been a ski instructor for a long time. He's truly a career ski instructor. He got on the Ranger 84. I think he gave it an 8 out of 10 for overall impression. And he just had a lot of really nice things about it. Said it could do a lot of nice things. It could ski a groomer all the way up to like 3 inches of fresh snow. It still felt really good. Also thought it would be appropriate for anybody from an intermediate to an expert. He kind of pointed out that an expert would really probably just be cruising on it, not really charging down the mountain. And then on the other side of that spectrum, an intermediate can take it and really use it as a super versatile all-mountain tool, a ski that you can get and grow with. You know, as you improve as a skier, the ski will be right there with you and take you to new places on the mountain and new speeds and all that stuff. So I always think it's really cool when a manufacturer can make a ski that's pretty simple. There's no frills here, there's no surprises, but it's just a good ski. There's some other skis out there on the market that we've talked about at length that are similar. Maybe one that comes to mind for me would be the Stance 84 from Salomon. It's just often overlooked, and it's kind of a bummer because it would be such a good ski for so many skiers. Probably should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but Fischer has kind of shifted in recent years to not really making men's or women's skis. They just make skis, and they happen to offer them generally in 2 different colors. So here we've got the black Ranger 84, and then if you want to spice things up a little bit, we've got this teal option as well with these just super cool purple vertical sidewalls. So kind of cool. I like this concept of just making skis that happen to come in different colors. So that's it. That is the Ranger 84 from Fischer. Let us know if you have any questions about it, and we will see you out there on the slopes.